Your heart for take Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my October TBR. So the first book I'm going to be showing you is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I always say that wrong, I always butcher it. But this book I actually started in September and I finished in October. Spoiler alert, I finished it because it's pretty late in October right now I'm filming this, so yeah. But either way, I have been wanting to read this for a very long time and I finally got to it and that makes me really happy. But this is about Archer. He can't talk because something happened to him, which I don't know if it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it, but something happens to him when he's younger and everyone just thinks he's a freak that doesn't talk because they don't really know him. And then when Bree comes to town after something happens to her and she just wants to run away, she comes to town, she hears about Archer, she asks around about Archer, and that is when she decides to become friends with Archer. The next thing I want to read in October is An Angel for the Devil. So this is a novella by Jessica Cain. I'm going to read the book description so you can get a better understanding of it because also I haven't read it, so this is all I know. They call our landlord for the devil, but I only see the lonely man lurking under his mean exterior. When he serves my family with an eviction notice, they have nothing to offer in exchange for the missing rent money, except me. Neither one of us expects to be consumed for the very first touch, but will his demons drive me away, or an angel truly transforms a devil? So yeah, this sounds really good, and I can't wait to read that because it just sounds so interesting, at least to me anyway. But yeah, the next things that I want to read, this is a series, so I thought I'd show you all together. And it's a graphic novel, is the Heartstopper series. This is a lot, but yeah, I want to read all these because I've heard so many good things about them. So we have the Heartstopper Volume 1, which is this one. We have number 2, which is this one. I mean, look at the covers. Like, they're just awesome. This is number 3. Don't they just look awesome? And this is number 4. I love this one. It's nice. I don't know why. But yeah, this is basically about, well, this whole series is about a 2 boys, and they're in high school, and well, they're 14 and 16, but then Nick turns 17 and Charlie turns 16, so they're in that range. But anyway, yeah, they Charlie has already come out gay, so everyone already knows that he is gay. But the only problem is no one knows about Nick. Not even Nick knew that he was, but he's not gay, he's actually bisexual, which yeah, people always say in the book to him, just say you're gay. But that really bugged me because if he's bisexual, he's bisexual. Like, end of story. But yeah, anyway, that's my opinion. That just really bugged me when people kept saying that to him. But either way, they start off as friends. They're really friends. They're really friends. They're really close friends. But then they start to gain feelings for each other. So yeah, I have already read the series. That's not something that I want to read. I have already read it. And it's really good. So yeah, the next thing I want to read, which is a novella, is Bossed Around by Jessica Cain. I'm going to read the description of this as well. All the novellas I tend to read the description of because I just find that you get a better understanding of it unless I've read it. Obviously I haven't read this yet, so yeah. But description. Held prisoner for years inside the walls of her reclusive uncle's art gallery, Thea is lost when the man dies suddenly, leaving her to fend for herself, at least until a Scottish giant arrives, scared and mysterious, claiming it's his job to professionally pack the paintings. Duncan makes Thea feel safe and free for the first time in her life, encouraging her to enact the fantasy she's always kept hidden. Locked away, the scorching bun grows one delicious encounter at a time, but what if the man who has claimed her heart isn't who he claims to be? So yeah, I just think that sounds really awesome, really intriguing, and yeah, I really want to read that. The next one I want to read is Break the Bully by Jessica Kane as well. Again, a novella, and I'm going to also read the book description. We're from different sides of the tracks, but Ali James has always owned me, heart and soul. After years of pining for her in the halls of our high school, I finally touch her one night in an open field beneath a storm, receiving a miracle I never expected. She needs me in return, or so I think. As soon as she finds out I'm a handyman, she cuts me off, but I'm not letting the richest girl in school break my heart without consequences. She will pay. But I'll pay for a far worse price when I find out why she really left me hanging without a word. And after unfairly bullying my sweet girl, I'll sell my soul to win her back. So yeah, that also sounds really interesting as well. And yeah, I can't wait to read that as well. Okay, the next thing I am hoping to read. Okay, I just went to go and get all these books because I forgot them, and I'm really out of breath. Anyway, the next thing I hope to read is ghost stories. Now, this is literally full of ghost stories. That's why it's called ghost stories. This has, like I said, different ghost stories. From different like authors and stuff. So these are the ghost stories. And yeah, so I tried to read this last year, but I never got around to it. Oh no, I think I started it. I think I read like 2 pages, but I just wasn't in the mood. It wasn't the right time, so I gave up on trying to read it. But yeah, I'm hoping to read this October because it's ghost stories, obviously, and it's October Halloween. So yeah, can't wait to try and finally start reading this. The next thing I also hope to read is Darkly Dreaming Dexter by Jeff Lindsay. Now, this is a series, as you can tell. This is the first book, and then the rest of the series is here. So I don't think I'm going to be able to read all the series because, like I said, it's late in October. I haven't read much this month. I've only read the series that you saw, the Heartstopper series, and there's another one. Oh, Artist Voice. So the only books I read this month, so it's quite bad. But yeah, I'm hoping to at least read the first one, to at least start the series. And yeah, I really want to read this one because in October, because this is about a guy called Dexter who murders bad people, and that's literally all it's about. So yeah, I really want to read this, and I'm hoping to do it this month. The next thing I hope to read is I Made a Mistake by Jane Corey. This I want to read because it sounds so interesting, and it just seems like it fits with the October Halloween vibe. So yeah, I'm going to read the back to you. In Poppy Page's mind, there are 2 types of women in this world. Those who are faithful to their husbands and those who are not. Until now, Poppy has never questioned which one she was. When handsome, charming Matthew Gordon walks back into her life after almost 2 decades, that changes. Poppy makes a single mistake, and that mistake will be far more dangerous than she could imagine. So, this sounds so interesting. Yeah, and I also find this quite intriguing. Where it says it started with a kiss and ended with murder. So, that's what made me buy this book. this is annoying me. I've got to take all these off, the books that I have with them. But yeah, like that. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. The next one I hope to read is The Guilty Dead by PJ Tracy. I'm going to read the back of this one as well because it sounds so interesting. Gregory Norwood, a rich, well-connected Minneapolis businessman, shoots himself on the anniversary of his son's drug overdose. An open and shut suicide for detectives Gino and Mosey until a possible witness is found dead. Now investigating what seems to be a double murder, Gino and Mosey delve into the dark magic past of the city's most powerful families who pay good money to bury their worst secrets and who won't tolerate two stubborn cops digging them up. So yeah, this sounds really good. I'm not a big fan of the cover. I mean, it's alright, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, I can't wait to read this as well. The next thing I'm hoping to read in October is The Missing by C.L. Taylor. I've had this for so many years. Even when I hated reading. Yeah, there was a point in my life where I hated reading. I can't believe that as well. But I brought this when I hated reading. I don't know why I brought it when I hated reading. That doesn't make sense. But I did. And this just sounds so intriguing to me now that I love reading. So I'm going to read the back so you can get a better understanding. Because obviously I haven't read it, so I can't give you a good description of it. Only from what I've heard. But I don't think I've heard anyone talking about most of these books, so yeah. When 15-year-old Billy Wilkinson goes missing in the middle of the night, his mother Claire is distraught, blaming herself. She's not the only one. There isn't a single member of Billy's family who doesn't feel guilty. But the Wilkinsons are so used to keeping secrets from one another that it isn't until 6 months later, when an appeal for information goes horribly wrong, that the terrifying truth begins to surface. Claire is sure of two things: Billy is still alive and her family had nothing to do with his disappearance. So yeah, this is like one of the first ones that I want to read because I've been meaning to do it for so many years, but also it just sounds so interesting. And it is quite a thick book, but it shouldn't take me long because of the font. If you look, it's quite big font. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. I'm actually really excited to read it. And yeah. The next book I'm hoping to read in October is Final Girls by Riley Sager. Now this I started. I think I started in August. Yeah, I think it was August. But it wasn't the time, like I couldn't really get into it because there was so many other things I wanted to read, and plus I was more in like a romance mood then, not so much a thriller mood. So yeah, I just gave up on it for now. I didn't get far into it. I think it was 16 pages into it. But I'm hoping to read it this month because I just feel like it is also a good book to read during Halloween time. I'm going to read the back. You've probably heard a lot about this book. But yeah, I'm going to read the back so you can get a better understanding. Because also, like I said, I don't know much. So, first there were 3. The media calls them the Final Girls, the infamous group of survivors that no one wants to be a part of. Then there were 2. But when Lisa dies in mysterious circumstances, Sam shows up unannounced and angry. Can there only ever be one? All Quincy knows is one thing: she is next. So yeah, I really want to read this because it just sounds so interesting from the back. I bought this a year ago, and I thought it wasn't a popular book. Like, you know, I bought this when I was just starting to get into reading. But then I started hearing it everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, yes, okay. So now I really want to read it, and yeah. Okay guys, that's all the books I'm hoping to read in October. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
In the building, place on fire, I'm so lit. You're just it, you're all I want. Kicking back for a minute, when I can't keep my cool, come get it. Let's turn lights out, play fight now, oh